Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're diving into some of life's biggest mysteries. Things like, why do good people suffer sometimes?
Right. Or why do some illnesses just seem to defy modern medicine?
Exactly. And, the ultimate question, what truly happens after we die? These are the kinds of things that, well, they can really baffle us, can't they?
Mm-hmm. They linger.
Yeah.
And the usual answers often feel incomplete.
Yeah, absolutely. So this deep dive is a bit different. We're exploring these questions through the really personal journey of a doctor.
A doctor who shared their notes, their experiences studying with a spiritual teacher, Kru Yai.
Right, and this teacher's wisdom, it's rooted in ancient Buddhist traditions. It gives us this unique lens to look at health, destiny.
And how they connect. Yeah.
Mm.
We're going way beyond just the medical charts here.
We really are. We're looking at those deeper, sort of unseen causes.
So our mission today really is to unpack this fascinating case study. It blends science and spiritual wisdom in a pretty bold way.
And the goal.
To help shed light on how our actions, karma weave into everything, our lives, our health, even what comes next.
It's like a shortcut, maybe, to seeing those connections between the physical and the spiritual.
Exactly. Hopefully providing some of those aha moments for anyone looking for, well, a more whole picture of life.
Okay, so let's start with that foundation, this core principle from Kru Yai's teachings.
Right. The idea that every action and behavior has consequences.
Not just in this life, but in the afterlife and across the cycle of rebirth. Okay, that sounds big.
Yeah.
Philosophical almost. How does it become practical?
Well, it's presented less as philosophy and more like a law, like gravity, a universal cause and effect.
So if you don't understand it.
You can end up making missteps, big ones sometimes, because you're not seeing the full picture of the consequences.
Mm-hmm.
The teaching emphasizes that knowledge is only really valuable when you understand it and apply it. It gives you a framework, a way to look at challenges.
So they're not just random events.
Exactly. They're part of this larger pattern. Actions and reactions, all connected.
So for you listening, this isn't just abstract theory. It's framed as a real guide for how you live day to day.
Yeah, how you make choices, how you prepare for, well, for the inevitable.
It definitely reframes things, thinking your actions echo like that, across lifetimes even.
It does.
Okay, let's bring in the doctor whose story is guiding us. They chose medicine, wanting to, quote, help save human lives.
A very noble goal.
But it's tough, right? They talk about experiencing both joy and sorrow. Patients getting better, patients passing away.
That constant exposure to life's fragility and its strength.
Yeah.
It must be incredibly challenging.
Yeah. And what's really interesting is their drive to look beyond the standard medical answers.
Especially for those illnesses where, medical science couldn't pinpoint a clear cause and effect in the usual way.
That shows real critical thinking, doesn't it?
Right.
Questioning the limits of conventional knowledge.
Absolutely. Pushing beyond the physical, looking into these karmic dimensions.
And this search led them to Kru Yai. They call this teacher the most skilled professor doctor, someone who could reveal the true cause of severe diseases.
You can feel the deep respect there. This is the source of that spiritual wisdom we're exploring, grounded in, long traditions of observing karma.
It seems like specific cases really push the doctor to dig deeper, though. Sometimes quite sad cases.
Yes. Let's start with one that really affected the doctor. A revered monk at the temple.
Ah, yes. This monk he'd wanted to ordain for 7 years, apparently held back by family duties.
That's right, 7 years.
Yeah.
And then he finally ordains, but only for 1 year before he dies very suddenly.
From severe pneumonia and a fungal infection in his blood. Wow. The doctor mentioned feeling really sad, stressed about this. Seemed so unfair, maybe.
Understandably. But Kru Yai offered a karmic perspective. In a past life, this man was a soldier.
Okay.
And he had killed enemies, specifically by drowning them.
Drowning them. Wow, so that specific action
Created the karmic condition for his death, involving the lungs, the fluids, the infection. The good karma from his 1 year of monkhood did help, apparently. It gave him a slight life extension.
just slight.
Yes. It couldn't completely override that severe past negative karma. It mitigated it, but didn't erase it. It's
Sure.
quite a sobering thought, really.
So good deeds help, but they don't just magically cancel out everything bad you've ever done.
Not according to this view, no. Especially not severe actions. And his rebirth reflects this, too.
Where did he end up?
He was reborn in Buri, Special Merit Zone outer area. Now, Buri is a high celestial realm, a heaven for those with a lot of merit.
Okay, so that's good. But outer area.
Right. It suggests his merit from that single year wasn't quite enough for the, let's say, prime inner area.
Interesting detail.
And it connects back, apparently.
Okay.
His tendency in that past life to postpone ordaining, putting it off.
Kind of echoed his delay in this life.
Exactly. It shows how these patterns, even spiritual inclinations, can ripple across lifetimes.
That's fascinating. So specific. Okay, moving from the monk, the doctor then applied these insights much closer to home, to their own father.
And this was clearly a very challenging case, personally, for the doctor.
Yeah. The father is described as a Chinese man with a good heart, but his life was just marked by illness. So much illness.
A real lifetime of struggles.
Let's run through it. Age 21. Insomnia, nervous disorder from work stress, needed electroshock therapy for a year.
Intense.
Then, age 36, severe TB, coughing blood. But he recovered, apparently by injecting himself with medication.
Wow, quite resilient there.
Then age 40, agonizing left shoulder pain, vanished mysteriously after seeing a witch doctor.
Okay. We'll come back to that one.
Age 65, diagnosed with gallstones, jaundice, and crucially, he's a hepatitis B carrier.
Which, as the notes say, is quite common in Thailand. Around 10% carry it. But it carries that huge risk factor for liver cancer.
Yeah, a 200 times higher risk. And sadly, it progressed. At 72, liver cancer, a huge 13-centimeter tumor, severe stomach bleeding, lung infection. He ended up in the ICU.
A cascade of problems.
And the doctor noted something specific. He kept his eyes open constantly near the end. It's just a lot of suffering packed into one life.
It really is. And when we look at the karmic breakdown for each issue, a pattern definitely emerges. It's incredibly specific.
Okay, let's hear it. The nervous disorder.
Attributed to past actions, drinking alcohol, and while drunk, beating family members and others. The shock therapy he received.
Kind of mirrored the violence.
In a way, yes. That's the resonance. Then the TB and later liver problems.
Yes.
Connected to breaking basic precepts. Things like drinking, smoking, killing animals for food, even torturing animals by leaving them in the sun and rain. Violating those core ethics.
Where he recovered from the TB.
Yes, and that highlights the good karma. In a past life, he'd practiced traditional medicine, help people. That positive karma provided the basis for his recovery.
So it's a mix.
Always a mix. Even that shoulder pain, the one the witch doctor supposedly cured.
Yeah.
The explanation is, it wasn't sorcery. It was that residual good karma from helping people with traditional medicine kicking in right then.
Okay, so the timing just coincided.
Seems so. And the hepatitis B, the liver cancer that links back again to killing animals for food or sale, torturing them, plus the heavy alcohol consumption. Direct violations of not harming and avoiding intoxicants.
What about people who carry Hep B but don't get cancer?
The explanation given is they had less severe bad karma in those specific areas. It's about the degree of the past actions.
And the gallstones?
Linked to storing anger and resentment in the heart. Emotional states having physical karmic consequences.
Wow. And all this disease is hitting at the end.
The idea is, as your lifespan naturally winds down, the body's systems weaken, become erratic. This allows any existing karmic seeds for illness, even latent ones, to sprout, to find an opening and manifest.
It's like a karmic map laid over a medical history, so detailed.
It is, and it reveals how these specific actions from the past can create such specific results, rippling through a whole lifetime.
But despite all that suffering, his passing seems to have been quite different. How do we get from that history to a peaceful end?
That's the power of merit, especially merit made right near the end. But first, an interesting point about his life's overall shape.
Okay.
It's noted he had a difficult early life, but a comfortable later life, with chances to make merit.
Right, that contrast.
Karmically, the early hardship came from past stinginess, lacking compassion for relatives. The later comfort, from making donations in the past, but maybe without full respect initially. Later, he appreciated those good deeds, and the positive results ripened late in life.
So intention and appreciation matter, not just the act.
Very much so, according to this teaching, both the act and the mind state.
Okay. So despite his past karma and suffering, the doctor, his child, was incredibly dedicated in those final days.
Truly profound dedication.
Playing Dharma tapes, chanting, inviting monks for donations right there in the ICU.
Creating a powerful field of merit around him.
Even taking him to the temple for meditation earlier and teaching him that life code to mentally circle the great Dhammakaya Satya if well, if anything happened.
That mental act, especially at the time of transition, is considered incredibly potent for generating merit and directing the mind towards a positive state.
All that love and spiritual focus must have been immense.
It absolutely was. And about his eyes being open.
Yes, the doctor noted that.
The clarification is important. That was a physical symptom, nerve issues, not a katanimata.
A katanimata being.
That mental sign or vision just before death indicating the next rebirth. The source confirms the father did have a bright, clear katanimata.
He did, despite everything.
Yes. And a pure mind before passing, specifically because of the doctor's efforts.
Wow. So what was the outcome? Where did he go?
This is pretty remarkable. He was reborn in Tavatimsa heaven, phase 3.
Tavatimsa. Another high heaven.
Yes. A very blissful celestial realm in Buddhist cosmology. He's in a magnificent golden celestial mansion, feels young, healthy, surrounded by divine attendants, enjoying heavenly pleasures.
From that life of suffering to that.
Exactly. And his message back to his son, the doctor,
What did he say?
profound gratitude. He said, essentially, without you, I wouldn't be here. I understand the power of merit now.
Oh, that's incredible.
It really highlights the huge merit the doctor gained, too, by being that spiritual guide. Helping someone else find a positive rebirth is seen as an incredibly meritorious act.
A beautiful outcome from such a difficult life story, but the karmic exploration didn't stop there, did it? The doctor also looked into their mother's situation.
Right. The mother also faced her share of challenges.
Yeah, things like frequent miscarriages, bleeding during the doctor's own pregnancy, recurrent herpes outbreaks on her right eyelid, and severe chronic knee pain that started in childhood because she had to do heavy labor from age 8.
Again, the karmic lens offers specific explanations. The miscarriages and pregnancy bleeding.
Yeah.
Linked to residual karma. For the mother, from helping a friend get an abortion in the past. For the daughter, the doctor, from recommending abortions.
Wow, that connects them both. What about the herpes and knee pain?
A combination. Hurtful words, that's verbal karma causing the herpes outbreaks near the face.
Okay.
And tormenting animals, like pouring hot water on stray dogs while cooking. Plus, exploiting laborers in a past life.
Leading to her own heavy labor and knee problems in this life.
Exactly. It's that principle of as you sow, so shall you reap, applied very precisely. Actions, words, treatment of others, even animals.
Yeah.
It all comes back.
So what's the solution offered for her?
A comprehensive approach, making all forms of merit. Giving, morality, meditation, the whole package. And very importantly, dedicating the merit to those one has harmed.
Actively trying to heal those past karmic debts.
Yes. Seeking forgiveness, making amends through positive actions, and dedicating the results.
This leads us to the doctor themselves. They had their own karmic questions, right? About their own life path.
Yes. A feeling of struggling more than others, perhaps.
They describe achieving success, but with extreme difficulty, always feeling like they had to rely purely on one's own brain and 2 hands, while others seem to get things easily. That sounds frustrating.
It does. And the explanation points to a past life before they found this spiritual path.
What happened then?
In that life, the doctor didn't believe in the power of merit, and so logically didn't make much merit.
So the luck or ease wasn't there because the foundation wasn't built.
Pretty much. The advice, make abundant merit now, all kinds of good deeds, and make strong wishes, strong aspirations for things to be smoother in the future. It suggests merit acts like a kind of helpful current, making effort more fruitful.
That makes sense. Now, a really important question for any doctor, especially one thinking about karma. What about patients who die?
Yes, patients who die under their care, despite their best efforts or unintended complications.
Does the doctor get bad karma for that? Especially if karma is so precise.
The reassurance is very clear here. No negative karma for those outcomes.
Really?
Yes, because the intention was good, to heal, to help. The outcome is seen as the patient's lifespan ending, or their own karma ripening. Intention is key.
That must be a huge relief to hear for medical professionals.
Absolutely. It separates unfortunate outcomes from deliberate harm. And this leads to a higher aspiration.
Which is?
The path of becoming a bodhisattva doctor.
Okay, what does that mean?
It means treating the whole person, body and mind. So, yes, medical treatment, but also...
Also educating patients about karma, about life's impermanence.
Exactly. Guiding them to recollect merit, chant, meditate, take precepts, observe moral guidelines. It's holistic care in the deepest sense.
Addressing the spiritual alongside the physical.
Right. And the benefits of that approach are described as immense.
Like what?
Things like gaining strength, long life, wisdom, insight into Dharma, which is the truth or universal law,
Mm.
and receiving love from humans and devas,
Yeah.
divine being.
Even from patients who pass away.
Yes. If they have a good rebirth due to the doctor's guidance, they become divine beings who still feel immense gratitude and love for that doctor. It's about creating positive connections that transcend even death.
That's a powerful vision for healing.
A path to spiritual growth for everyone involved.
And quickly, on the doctor's own past life, they were a military doctor.
Yes, who then ordained as a monk for life, achieved deep spiritual insight, inner Dharma, and aspired to that high bodhisattva realm in Dusaburi.
And currently single, the notes mentioned.
Yes.
Okay, well, that was quite a journey. We've covered so much today, integrating the spiritual perspective with medical realities.
It really shows how this framework sees karma weaving through
Yeah.
health, relationships, destiny, everything.
And understanding it, or at least considering it,
Yeah.
could really empower us to live more intentionally, maybe, with more awareness.
Definitely raises some important questions for reflection, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, think about your own life for a moment. Those unexpected challenges, maybe things that felt unfair.
Or the opposite, those moments of strange luck, synchronicity, successes that just seem to, fall into your lap.
Could there be unseen forces, these threads of cause and effect playing out in your life?
And if you started to understand them, how might that change how you approach your future, how you make decisions today?
How do your daily actions, even the small ones, the words you use, how you treat people, how might they be shaping your well-being down the line in ways you haven't considered?
It's a lot to think about.
It is. We invite you to consider these ideas, maybe seek deeper understanding if it resonates, and explore that really powerful balance between your physical health and your spiritual well-being.
Because ultimately the message here is clear. Your actions today really do shape your tomorrow in more ways than one.